Hi. Denang me, get a rope and hang me. Good morning, Vietnam. If you're not trading with the VWAP, you might as well just leave yourself in the bush. Never get off the boat. Do. There he is. He's doing it live. This one's going out to Gloria Vanderbilt. We hardly knew her. With 20. Guy, I set the password. The password has changed. You got to get in. You have to email the Minotaur and make sure you have the password. Oh, look at that. Looks like another dimension over there with a door. Cool. So top of the morning, bull market never stops, and we continue to rock and roll. So there was a moment today where the market tried to go negative, but the UV and the UVXY simultaneously was trying to go green. And within that one moment where you thought, oh, maybe we're going to go down, quickly corrected, and we're right back to the same market that we've been in since our last sell-off. And pretty much since the December lows, which, again, I don't think we're ever going to get tested until we crash. But I remain bearish the market. I hate everything about the stock market. I hate the fact that we're even debating about raising interest rates. And again, I hope the market crashes. I hope they don't. I hope they raise interest rates and really throw the market for a loop and it crashes on Wednesday. Again, I probably won't even be here for it. Speaking of that, if you're in the New York City area, we're doing some live trading. So if you want to come and throw tomatoes at me like it's a vaudeville act, be my guest. It should be a lot of fun. So I'm going to basically do what I do every day for the last 12 years, but live on stage. Should be cool. Mostly we're going to just talk about, the setups that I love so much. And what was that setup today? Oh, I'll give you a hint. They reported earnings on Friday. It was gap down, and we were looking to buy on the gap down on Friday, and it worked. And then we were looking for some follow through today, and it was gap down again today. Caught a bid, rallied, and that was the entire day, other than another trade in Cron. But I could show you Cron. The easy one I'll show you first. The harder one I'll show you next. And there was one other trade. No, we did. Wait a minute. There was Chewy. We had some Chewy on the dip, rallied, and some stock called VISL at 2 and change. No, sorry, 3. When it broke 3, we traded it. But really, Cron is my favorite trade. Let me show you this chart. Let's see if we could do this on the fly. Ooh, it's so good when it works. Hang on. I got to look around for where I am now. Boom. Hang on a second. All right, you ready? Let's see if it works on the fly. And we click a button, and it doesn't work. We click a button, and it doesn't work. I click that button. There it is. There she is. Now, I just want to show you one reason. This is why I hate the market, and I'm going to get to the INSG soon, because INSG is the shittiest stock on earth right now. INSG is the reason I will never own a stock ever again in my life. I don't give a shit. 3 days is it. If you know, let's say you had magic powers, right? And you could travel back in time, but you can only travel back in time for 15 minutes. You'd eventually figure out how to make that work for you, right? But if your magic powers didn't work any other way, you're not going to push the issue, right? My magic powers right now are intraday trading around VWAP and multi-day VWAP, and they're working fine. After 3 days, my magic powers, not only do they not work, but they become anti-magic powers. They actually hurt, and they come back to haunt me and hurt me and destroy me. So I'm not going to fuck with that. That's called a trend, my friend. If something's working for you all the time, you generally want to stick with that. If something doesn't work, you want to avoid those things. So sometimes it takes a year or 2 or 20 years to figure out what works and what doesn't work. Guess what? Trading in the afternoons never really did work for me. Pretty much stopped doing that. Trading stocks over a certain value don't work for me. Trading stocks under a certain volume doesn't work for me. So all that stuff got me to where I am right now, where I don't care if I trade ever again. As long as if it's this setup, then I'll trade. So you're looking at Cron, right? By the way, I just want to show you INSG. Just one, before we go any further, I want to document this amazing, amazing situation here. I mean, you can't get worse. So the market finally, right? We finally get a sell-off. Market looks like it's going to get hammered. And next thing you know, just like that, 15 days ago, we stopped going down, and we've gone up every day since. And what is this stock? This stock, which was rallying while the market was weak, what has this done for the last 1 month? Here's your 1 month chart, and it's freaking fantastic. Here's your 1 month chart on INSG. Every day down, every day. But as an investor, you're supposed to look at that.
Well, it's just a month. It'll come back. Oh yeah, well, the market makers are they're manipulating this. Oh yeah, it was just a downgrade.
Shut your mouth. Shut it now. Because if I didn't have this idea that I wanted to be an investor, once it didn't break over 570 and the next day it failed to hold 550, if this was just a regular day trade or a swing trade, there's no way I'm in this thing when it breaks 550. But because I'm an investor and I'm thinking long-term fundamentals, I got to hang on to this dog shit, worthless piece of crap. Now, even if this trade works 3 years from now, it's still not worth my annoyance. It's still not worth watching. It's still not worth being involved, where I could have sold this thing and now I could have had the luxury of debating whether or not I wanted to buy it back. Out at 550, now maybe it goes to 420 because this thing looked like it's going to go back to where it came from, which is basically this 330, this $3.40 range. And if it doesn't hold that, it's going to 250, then zero. So all you analysts out there that think you know about it because it's fundamentally sound and 5G technology and all that stuff that you think you know so much about, you don't know anything. What you got to know is when everyone's given up on a stock, that's when you kind of want to buy it. I understand. Pinterest, it's working out. But you know what? Give me a reason more than the fact that your stock sucks. Sucking doesn't mean it's going to be a buy. Sucking, then the technicals match. Yeah, double bottom on the Pinterest, almost a triple bottom, starts to find some love. And now you got a stock that, wait a minute, now has been trending higher since the kibosh of the earnings report. So much for the earnings report, right? Got out, stock got hammered. Where did it go? Right back, basically almost where it came from. And this thing looked like it's got $30 written all over it. But let me show you the cron trade. I'm jumping around a little bit too much today. This is how you do it. This is why I don't own stocks, right? You held the multi-day VWAP, and we're like, ooh, cron, let's get some. Yeah, 1550. We loaded up on the breakout right there, that 1645 emmer. And then we really loaded up at 1680, right? 1680, we were loving it. 1680, right? And we were thinking maybe it gets to 1750. Next thing you know, it's at 1750 the next day. So we sold most of it. even though we were thinking it's going to be a swing trade, but we held on to the next day because it's supposed to be a swing trade. And what did it do? Rolls over, he wound up selling the rest at 1750 anyway the next day. And where is it now? Not only is it back below 1680, 16, but it went to 15, all the way back down to 1550. What's up? Now it got all the way back down to 15. This is why I'll never own a stock ever again in my life. Because if you could trade it, you don't have to pick even the highs and lows. Trade somewhere in the middle, it's still better than owning shitty-ass stocks. And again, that's just my opinion, and I think the market's going to crash within the next 18 months, and I don't want to be around for it. And the fact that if they have to raise interest rates, if they have to cut interest rates, it's an indictment on society, and I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be involved in a market that needs to have interest rates being cut to survive. And that's it. That's it. I don't care. I don't care enough, and I don't care if I'm wrong either. Because if I'm wrong, what's the market going to do? Go up another 10% without me? Whoa. Whoa, what am I going to miss out on? I'm not missing out on anything. I'm missing out on owning INSG, watching it go down every single day. So I'm not missing anything. But here's your trade of the day, right? You got your cron. You don't want to stay short stocks that are back above the VWAP. So here you had your failed attempt to rally, and the next move, you broke the little crack of the ass right there. You got over your 1 minute. You're buying it here at 14.25 using a 5-cent risk with a multi-day target at 15.52. So here you're buying it at 15.24, risking basically 4 cents to possibly make 25 cents. And that was really what the essence of that trade was. So if you could consistently risk 4 cents to make 25 on every trade you do, you're probably going to come out ahead. So now on a larger scale, it was the same thing with Broadcom, right? This is what I was talking about before. Stock opened up down huge on Friday. We were buyers. We kind of missed some of the move at the end of the day because it broke out and went up a little bit more than I thought. But then today, what does it do? What does it do? Here's that 268.09. There's that 267.50 we love so much. Chopping around, back above the VWAP, breaks it back the 1 minute, through the multi-day, and then basically over that little range. So here we're buying it. Gets back to the top of the range where it came down from, where we sold some. Looked like it was going to be a, looks like it would have been a woulda, shoulda, coulda. We should have sold it all, but you know what? Held it. We were going to hold it till it broke back down under that level. Sold 50% of it here, then sold into this move and down, the last 20%. We were looking for 267.50 because 265 generally gets you 267.50. 267.50 gets hit and sold the rest. And this trade turned out to be one of the perfect trades of the day. And again, not many trades going on today. And that was it. Again, not planning on trading too much today after this. Remember, just to keep it in check, last week got annihilated shorting Lulu, just to keep it real. Not all these trades work out. Lulu had a nice rollover late in the day, decided to hold it short overnight, and got hammered. And then I got short again, and I got hammered because what did I do? I thought maybe I could seek some revenge shorting Lulu, and I got smoked on it again. So from now on, we ban Lulu because now pretty much Lulu, I never make money on this stock. So I'm done. I won't trade Lulu anymore until maybe next earnings season. And what else did we get crushed on the other day? Oh, we got crushed on that one of those IPOs. So it hasn't been fantastic across the board, but sticking with the reversal trades. And again, that is really where it's at. Stick with the reversals, and that's it. That's it. So again, going back to this whole interest rate stuff, if interest rates need to be cut to save the market, I hate the market. I couldn't hate the market more right now, ever in my career, ever, if you want to call this a career, 22 years later, 23. I've never hated the market more so than right this second. That being said, I'm not putting short positions on because the market never goes down. So it's one thing to be wrong and lose money, or it's just good, or be wrong and just stew about it, but trade what works. So right now, I hate the stock market. I don't want to own stocks. So I'm really pigeonholed to only trading reversals, which is fine by me because they work 80% of the time. And that's where we're at. And that's where we remain. And that's where we stay. This is where we hold them. This is where we make our stand. This is where they die. On no shields, boys! Woo! And that's my time. So anyway, the password is Epswich clams. Epswich clams. No, the password, just email me for the password if you're trying to get into the room again. And email me, let me know what you want to do. July is coming. New trials will be doled out. And if you do show up at the room, the first thing I ask you to do is pay attention. Because if you just trade these reversals, they've been working pretty well. All right, on that note, you have a great afternoon, a great day. Say a prayer for the Vanderbilt family and Anderson Cooper. Thoughts and prayers, as they say. Condolences, thoughts and prayers. And that is that. So the 8 of you that are watching right now, you know where to find us. Go to hitthebid.com. Send me an email. I'll let you in. You'll hang out with us and some good stuff. All right. On that note, let's hit all the stop buttons. You guys, good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow in the morning.